emojis in the chat, pimps. Crying emojis in the chat. Oh my lord, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video. And yeah, it's pretty late. It's like 1:30. But your boy stood up late just for this video. That's right, folks, because I knew it was gonna happen. I knew that once Chro-No Tipper finale finished, that Phil was gonna have a bit of an emotional breakdown. And I was a little surprised it was as dramatic as it was. I'm pretty sure the mere fact that he only made $10, thanks in part to Canadian Cucker dropping a $10 dono, probably added to the emotion. But I found this just to be a little bit hilarious. And of course, Phil's here to retcon his entire 15-year Begacy. Let's watch the video. And yeah. Crying emojis and chat pimps.
So to be able to replay it 10 years later here with an interactive audience and everything has been so cool and meaningful to me. Like, of all the stuff that I did this summer that had to do with my anniversary as a YouTuber, this is like the best thing. This playthrough, you know. It gets me every time, goddammit, every time. Certain things always get me, and the ending of Chrono Trigger always gets me with that music. Yuck. Ugh. Ugh. So, you know, thank you guys for making it possible, because if it weren't for you guys showing up and supporting and allowing me to play the classics from my childhood, I wouldn't be able to play them, you know? I'd be stuck playing only brand new releases and grinding away in the games that only I get views on. You know, take a look. We got like 250 people here tonight. That's cool for me, man. That's good enough for me. That's all I care about. Having a good time with a small audience is excellent, right?
Alrighty, so here's the first bit. So crying emojis for our boy Phil. He's downstairs probably crying with Cat. This is what rubbed me the wrong way when he decides to retcon his Begacy. So the reason why he plays old retro games is not for the love of it. He plays it because he doesn't want to fork out cash for newer games. That's why. Unless someone's gonna buy it for him, or if he's pretty certain that it's gonna bring some views and make some money for him. That's what it is. And he's sitting here retconning the fact that you know, he loves playing old retro games, and how he doesn't care that it doesn't get mainstream views or doesn't get a lot of it. He's just happy with the 200 people or so that came out to watch this finale. Yeah, no, I don't think so. You wouldn't make such a push for tips, for support, for views, for engagement if that was true, Phil. You're essentially just coping with the fact that you're sitting here on a Saturday night at midnight playing this 20-something-year-old game because you've refused to play newer games before, because you've refused to fork out cash for newer games. And that's the real reason. You thought that the nostalgia for Chro-No Tipper was going to be enough to put you over the finish line and get people to come out and support you and tip you. And that just wasn't the case. It's not the case for any of these retro playthroughs. As you can see with GTA. Yeah, you got some views for GTA, but you didn't get any support for it. Same thing with Chro-No Tipper. That's the mere fact I call it Chro-No Tipper tells you all you need to know. And the funny thing is that, and I'm not going to make too much fun of Phil crying like a baby. What I will make fun of is that him playing a 20-something-year-old retro video game stirs enough emotion in him to cry. But yet the mere fact that on his day off, his only day off of a week, his wife rather spend her time playing Starfield than hang out with Phil. That doesn't make him cry. What makes him cry is Chro-No Tipper. But his wife not wanting to spend any time with him or hang out with him is perfectly fine. Phil, you need to go touch grass. You need a friend. I think really, I've been saying it for a while. I really think you need a friend. you need a friend, or maybe you just need some sex, man. You need to go to your roommate and say, hey, look, I know we have this arrangement. It's a roommate agreement, but, you know, it's been 5 years. I need a little something. I need some release. If not, I may have, you know, another incident. So help me out. Maybe you need to do that, Phil. Because sitting here as a 41-year-old man crying over Chro-No Tipper is pretty hilarious. All right, let's keep going.
So, thank you all for that. Thank you for an amazing summer. This was a really cool summer having an anniversary event like this, and others as well. You know, we did a lot of fun stuff this summer. This is pretty much the final event here that we're adjourning right now. I've never seen this art before. Look at this. Games, because I love playing the games from my childhood. I really do. And it really sucks, I hate to say it, that modern gamers really, in a lot of cases, do not have respect for the classics. When I played this game 10 years ago, okay, my audience was pissed at me. Keep in mind, 10 years ago, I was a primarily an on-demand YouTuber. Even though I was streaming, I had no interactivity with my audience. It was meant to be like fan service, and essentially everything was done for the on-demand viewers. And people were literally pissed at me that I did a summer of retro. I did Legend of Zelda Link to the Past, Super Mario World, Super Mario 3, Chrono Trigger, Earthbound, and I think there was one more. And I played for like maybe a month and a half, 2 months, and people were furious. Why are you only playing retro games? We love everything else. You should be playing Grand Theft Auto. You should be playing Street Fighter. You should be playing, you know, Modern Warfare. You should be playing. Why would you play these old games? How dare you waste our time? I actually had feedback like that. How dare you waste our time? You're not in touch with modern gaming. Okay? And you know what? To some extent, I get it. Like, people want to see the new stuff. But you got to understand that it's important to know where everything came from. You know what I mean? This game inspired so many others. With its themes, with its gameplay elements, with the amazing music. It really did inspire a ton of games to come after it, you know? And the fact that people disrespect it, right? It really pissed me off. I actually got into arguments with people. Jasper, would you please not be being silly? I got into arguments with the people on Twitter and stuff 10 years ago about it. Like, why don't you respect the classics? Why don't you understand why I would want to play this game? Now, do you see the difference between 10 years ago and today? That today I was able to play this game and enjoy it, and people showed up, engaged, supported, and understood why. Yeah, that's why I love what I do today way more than what I was doing 10, 15 years ago. Because 10, 15 years ago, I was very much catering to a very almost entitled crowd of YouTube viewers who constantly, why aren't you playing the games we want and stuff like that. And it was never about whatever I wanted to go back and play. You know what I mean?
Okay, here's the retcon here. Oh my lord. Okay, Phil, so this is what you like to do. Okay, you made $10. You made $10 on this playthrough. So enjoy it. Enjoy the $10. I don't want to hear you bitching and complaining on your daily rap that support was slow and that the dents need to rally. I don't want to hear that bullshit. If you're content playing 20-something-year-old ass games, being a retro gamer because, you know, for your nostalgia, whatever the fuck you're saying, then you be happy with the low level of support, okay? And don't bitch about it. Secondly, entitled viewers, really, Phil, really. Weren't you the one that created that kind of atmosphere, right? Well, what's the word? FOMO? FOMO is a term. Didn't you actually were one of the creators of that? Weren't you the person that used to tout, hey, I'm the first one playing the video game. I'm sitting out here at GameStop at midnight, getting the game, rushing home, rushing to play through it on my goddamn camcorder and uploading 52 videos of a playthrough, right? Wasn't that your thing, Phil? And it was all the latest games, right? And you and that's when you called yourself a big time YouTuber. And people loved and adored you, right, Phil? So I find it to be hypocritical that you're complaining that people want you to play new games. And you sit here and you call them entitled viewers. No, Phil, it's not being about entitled viewers, Phil. It's about you're a wash-up, Phil. You're a wash-up streamer that no one cares about. No one does. I know the other day you ranted and raved about no one cares about me. No one cares about you, Phil. You streaming a 20-something-year-old game to 200 people and you make $10 on stream for this playthrough. The finale, mind you, the finale. That's supposed to be the huge big thing. And you're sitting here crying like a baby, right? Because the game brings you back to a more, simpler time? A simpler time when you didn't have bills? A simpler time when your mom's combing your hair? A simpler time when your mom bought you everything you wanted? Right? A simpler time when you were sucking on your mom's teeth? Is that what it is, Phil? Is that adulthood has you beat down, so you need to hide under the cover of nostalgia and play these retro playthroughs to make you feel like a child? That makes you cry, Phil? Not the mere fact that your wife is sitting downstairs or in her room, wherever the hell she's at, playing a video game, playing Starfield for God knows how many hours, instead of spending it with you, Phil. That's so fucking sad and pathetic. I honestly feel bad for you. If you weren't such an asshole and a turd and a hideous person, I genuinely feel bad for you. I would call you up. I have your phone number. I would call you up and talk with you and say, hey, Phil, man, you need someone to talk to. It sounds like it sounds like maybe TeamDivorce, #TeamDivorce is pressing on you and you're feeling sad and the emotions are coming out. Do you want to chat? I would do that, Phil, if you weren't such an ass, if you weren't such a horrible person, but you are. So I won't do that. So instead, it's 1:30 in the morning and I'm making a video mocking you. So yeah, Phil. So way to retcon it. Thank God Chro-No Tipper is over. The playthrough was just horrendous. You killed a very good game, but nobody wants to watch you play a 20-something-year-old RPG for God knows how many hours. They just don't, Phil. When you can be playing a whole host of other games, Sea of Stars, there's a bunch of games that you refuse to play because of whatever fucking reason. I mean, the only reason why you played Armored Core 6 was because someone bought it for you. So there you go. So you have fun with your retro playthroughs and be happy with your $10 tips from Canadian Cuck and your member bombs from OIC, which don't forget you're about to drop under 500 in about 3 days. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Cry emojis for Phil. Oh my lord, he's downstairs crying with Cat. Peace out. Well, Cat's busy playing Starfield, so he's downstairs crying by himself.